for today's start of the first night game, we'd like to acknowledge
Yes, good afternoon and welcome here to Phillip Enclosed Oval for this round 13 clash in the Canberra Raiders Cup for Bloomers Lawyers between the Woden Valley Rams and the Tuggeranong Bushrangers. This is the second instalment of the grand final rematch for this season. The last time these two teams met, the Woden Valley Rams defeated the Tuggeranong Bushrangers 26 points to 18. We do love a good battle of the South. Today's game coming between the fourth place Rams and the first place Bushrangers. My name is Sonny Singh. I'll be calling today's game, and with me for now for a game preview is John Croyder. John, good afternoon.
Hey Sonny, great to be here. Should be a good day of footy. Two sides in decent form. Bushrangers probably a little underperformed against the Bulls, but still managed to get the win last weekend. Rams had won 5 of their last 7, but they did get beaten quite comfortably after a pretty disastrous second half against the Queanbeyan Kangaroos last weekend. So should be a really interesting matchup. Both teams have talked up the importance of the fixture. Obviously, the Bushrangers trying to win after not having much luck in this fixture the last few times they've played, and Woden could potentially slip down to 6th on the ladder if they lose this. So really important game, and not just for the rivalry between the two sides, but also the makeup of the finals.
Yeah, it's interesting. Form really does go out the window when you have these sorts of local derbies or Battle of the South in this case. As you mentioned, all 4 of the last 4 have been won by the Rams, and with only 5 games left in the regular season, it's a real opportunity for the Bushies to extend their lead at the top and for the Rams to strengthen their chances as the Rams run out into the field. We'll just go through the team lineups. We haven't got a confirmation on a couple of numbers, but there are some key changes. Liam Simonson, Stephen Henderson, Luke Johnson, Michael Geiger, Liam Murphy, Braden Robertson, Lincoln Withers, Jeffrey Morgan, Costa Pasantis, Solomon Kafusi, Bradley Martin, Chevy Ellis and Steve Ferry are in the starting lineup. Off the bench, Dan Pryor, Sean Maloney, Mitch Suter and Ruben Lawler. For the Tuggeranong Bushrangers, Nareem Lowe, Connor Mason, Michael O'Malvany, Nathan Smith, Jaden Pollard, Wes Alexander, Michael Brophy, Jaden Thomas, Josh Mitchell, Brent Neal, Jacob McGrath, Jared Kennedy and Josh Baker in the starting lineup. Fred Griffiths plays his first game of the season. Sione Palahami, Jeremiah Latoma and Ben Nanessa round up the side for Tuggeranong. There are some key changes to both sides. Out of the Woden Valley Rams side for today, Cody Hodge, Tyson Hodge, Lockie Everston and Joel McKenzie are all out, but they do welcome back Michael Geiger, Liam Murphy, Costa Pasantis and Sean Maloney. And for the Tuggeranong Bushrangers, out for today, Tristan Eldridge, Jordan Martin and Matt Dragosic, and in for today, Fred Griffiths, Sione Palahami and Jared Kennedy makes his return as well. As we await the Bushies to come out onto the field. Rams have been out there for a few minutes already. They're ready to go. The referee's ready to go. Just waiting on an opposition. As we mentioned before, the Woden Valley Rams coming off a pretty heavy loss to the Queanbeyan Kangaroos last week, and that top 4 is starting to become pretty congested. There's definitely some sides sniffing around. Queanbeyan Kangaroos, one of them in 5th position.
And the Kangaroos, they have a bye this weekend, so they're guaranteed the 2 points. So really, they could see themselves moving into the top 4, and they've been in good form. I have a feeling that they'll be playing finals. They've been in incredible form over the last couple of months after a really slow start to the year. Woden they've kind of just slipped under the radar. Whenever they look like they're about to hit their form, they lose a couple of games. So they'll be looking for a bit of consistency. A few changes. We were talking a little bit before we went on air just about the problems that they've been having at fullback. And this will be their 5th fullback for the season. So just trying to get a bit of consistency into their starting side will help them go a long way in terms of finding some good form.
Yeah, phenomenal that they're still in the race, given them the number of changes they've had to their side throughout the year, and they've got a very tough run home. But we're looking to their run into the finals. They've got the Bushrangers today. They've still got the Blues, Bulldogs and the Warriors still to play in the last 5 weeks. So it's not going to be easy for them as we look like we're finally going to have kick-off here. We're just waiting for the referee to blow time on, and Lincoln Withers will get us underway. The Rams running from left to right on your screen. Thanks, John. We'll let you go now. And finally, we are underway here at Phillip Enclosed. It's taken on the full by Michael Brophy, who gets it off to Brent Neal, who gets us started here. Taken just short of his 20-metre line, but driven back by a couple of defenders. Who play this ball just 10 metres out from his own line. Mitchell out of dummy half, goes to Connor Mason. Enjoying quite a prolific season is Connor Mason. Scored 9 tries for the season already. Mitchell comes to this right-hand side now. No easy meters on offer from the Rams. Mitchell out of dummy half, goes to, that's Jacob McGrath, I think. Just outside the 20. Mitchell out of dummy half now. He kicks a little early, but looks like he'll find the fullback on the full. He does. Return it with plenty of support there from the Bushrangers defence, so not a bad result given the way that that set of 6 had started. They continue now further through the centre field. That's Liam Murphy, I think, who came into the side. It's a late inclusion for Lockie Everston. Continue down this right-hand side, closer to the centre, but driven back. Good defence there from the Bushrangers. Henderson, that was with the ball. Now this is Solomon Kafusi. Takes it up to the halfway line. It's a slow play of the ball. Looks like that might be Ben Nanasa that's starting for the Bushrangers. It's a late change. That's a good run from Bradley Martin. Takes the Rams into opposition territory now. Pasantis out of dummy half. Puts a little grubber kick through. It's taken well there by Wes Alexander. And the Bushrangers survive the first attacking onslaught from the Rams. Jaden Pollard now hitting a good shot by Steve Ferry over the top. Lucky not to be penalised for going on with it though. Continue down this right-hand side. That's Narima Lowe. No Drury Lowe in this Bushies outfit for a couple of weeks now. That's Jared Kennedy continuing down that right-hand side. Just over the halfway line now. Back to the centre it comes through Brent Neal. He brings it up to the 40. Looks to get an offload away. Can't do so. Now Mitchell looks left and right. Goes to the right-hand side to Brophy. Brophy puts a little dab over the top. It's taken pretty cleanly on this occasion. As I mentioned, we are still trying to identify who it is that's playing at fullback for the Rams. Again, good defence from the Bushrangers. They're starting to monster up in defence, particularly inside this 10-metre zone. Again, no easy meters on offer at all for the Rams. They're up very quickly. Now a penalty goes against the Bushrangers, so a bit of hard work undone there. Nathan Smith and Wes Alexander, the culprits. Licking Withers to have a kick for touch here to get his side out of trouble. We'll start this set about 30 metres out from their own line. Withers goes to Morgan. He takes it up, almost up to halfway. In fact, that's Pasantis now. He gets it up to halfway. A couple of lines from a previous rugby union game here out at Phillip Enclosed, so pardon me if we're a little bit confused at times. We're just inside opposition territory now. That was Martin. Now it comes further right. That's Michael Geiger in the 4, making his return to first grade this week. To the left it goes. Jeff Morgan actually scored the second most tries for the Rams this year with 5. He's tackled just short of the 20-metre line. Slow play the ball with Nanessa over the top. Pasantis goes to the left. Continues on to the fullback. Not a lot doing on that left edge on this occasion. Back to the centre it comes. Little kick put through by Robertson. It's collected neatly there by Narima Lowe. Not a bad fifth tackle option there from the Rams. They'll make the Bushies work it out from their own line. This is Jaden Pollard now. He's had a fairly healthy run of tries over the last couple of weeks. A couple of intercepts as well. Certainly starting to lock down that position on the left wing. It was O'Malvany with the hit up. Now to Brent Neal. Hitting a good 2-man tackle over the top. He's driven back a couple metres. That time I think it might have been Simonson. Now another early kick. And not a lot of ground on offer, and as a result the Rams will start this set almost back at the halfway line. So good defensive set there from the Rams, who have had a lot of the early running in this half. Continued closer to centre field. Again, the tackle managed to drive him back a couple of extra metres. That time was Liam Murphy. Back to centre field it comes. Santos out of dummy half. His forwards had overrun him, so he has to run himself. Picks up a good 10 metres though. It's a good run from Costa Santos. Another Rams player back into the side this week. Withers out of dummy half. Now back on the inside. Ferry left it alone. As a result, it left, I think it was Pasantis. He gets to his feet a little bit groggy. Now to the left it goes. Now the kick put through by Martin. Collected there once again by Narimalo. Haven't quite had the depth on these grubber kicks as of yet. Doesn't cause the Bushies fullback any sort of issue. Might have had a little bobble there. Referee says okay. Connor Masson now. Gets through plenty of hard work, does Connor Masson. Now further down this left-hand side it comes. Might have been a leg pull. Referee lets this one go. No, he doesn't. He calls him up for it. That's a good hard-earned penalty for the Bushrangers. So I mentioned a lot of the early running going the favour of the Rams in this half. Early days yet, just 7 minutes gone. And the Bushrangers will start this set just about on the halfway line, and the referee not happy with where the tap was taken by Nathan Smith. I believe he played in the second row last week, Nathan Smith, and moves into the centres this week. Jacob McGrath gets us back underway, just over halfway. Get over the top by Ferry and Kafusi. Mitchell now onto Nanessa. He earns his side another 7 or 8 metres. Nothing quick about the play of the ball. Mitchell continues down this right-hand side. That's Josh Baker. Don't be surprised to see Josh Baker and Nathan Smith perhaps switch up a little bit position-wise. Now Brophy. Yet to open his account for 2019 for the Bushrangers. He has played a large majority of the year at halfback though. He continues down the left. Good dummy from Wes Alexander. Alexander goes straight through. Does he go all the way? Wes Alexander for the first try. Referee says yes. Wes Alexander gets us underway here. 4-0 Bushrangers off the back of a great run from the 5'8" Wes Alexander. And the Bushies will play from in front after 8 minutes. Well, we've seen his running game a couple times this season, particularly close to the line, Wes Alexander. His third try for the season. Certainly stepped up into that 5'8" role. They've had their options this season, the Bushrangers. I think they've had Robert Sheffield play a couple games there, but I think Wes has certainly put his hand up as a long-term solution. Certainly complements Michael Brophy very well. Well, again, I don't think he was their first choice halfback at the start of the season either. It's a makeshift halves combination for the Bushrangers, but they sit 3 points atop the premiership ladder. And that's exactly the sort of start they'd be looking for. Josh Mitchell lining this one up. He's already kicked 23 goals for the season, Josh Mitchell. No surprise, he's their leading point scorer for the season. He pushes this one to the left-hand side. The score remain at 4-0 after 10 minutes here at Phillip District Oval. Bushies in front. Goal kicking, of course, being the difference last week for the Bushrangers out at Greenway. Just a last-minute conversion that was missed by the Gungahlin Bulls. Saw the Bushrangers sneak away with the 2 premiership points as Brophy takes this one alone. The pass goes behind Brent Neal. We'll wait to see what the referee says. He says the ball went backwards. I think that's the right decision as well. Almost a disastrous start to this set. They get out of trouble, this time through Nanessa. Mitchell continues down this right-hand side. That's Jacob McGrath. Now 25 metres out from his own line. Mitchell back towards the centre. This, I think, is Jaden Thomas. Beg your pardon, it's Josh Baker. Now an early kick from Wes Alexander, and this is well and truly out on the full. That one has ended up in row Z. Not the best kick from Wes Alexander. Nor the best set after points from the Bushrangers. Looking for an early kick in that set, of 40-20 shot. I think he might have needed another football field to land that ball in play. Now Withers goes on to Kafusi. Opportunity now for the Rams to bite back. Hit the 3-man tackle. It's a slow play of the ball though. Mitchell, McGrath, Neal. Now Ferry, good short ball, but it's not taken there by the Rams, and it's on an early tackle count. Bushy's looking to counter-attack through Narima Lowe. He almost makes his way through. I think the referee's pulled it back for a double knock on though. Just wait to see who he gives the feed to. I think it'll go the Bushy's way. It does. He just tried to pop the ball up at the line, Steve Ferry. It might have been Chevy Ellis that put the ball down on tackle 1. So the scrum feed will go down about 25 metres out from the Bushrangers line. Just wait to see if there's any sort of scrum play on. Do have 2 men on this blind side, on the right-hand side. Up against Liam Murphy. See which way they go. Come back to the centre, through Narima Lowe. It's a slow play the ball with Jeff Morgan over the top. Now out to Jacob McGrath, hitting a good shot. Lincoln Withers, we know he can hit hard. Now continue on with Ben Nanessa. Referee calls help, it's Nanessa again. He shrugs off Pasantis. Now Brent Neal. Just hard and straight, Brent Neal. He knows only one way. It's put on his back by Jeff Morgan. Now down this right edge, Baker goes to Narima Lowe. Might have been taken a little bit late there, Baker. He's just gotten back up to his feet, and Mitchell puts this kick looking for the sideline, and he finds it. It'll be a good settler set of 6 for the Bushrangers. Rams will have to do some work to get out of their own end. Hasn't quite been the frenetic start you'd expect in a grand final rematch, but both teams just feeling each other out at the moment. The Rams had a little bit of early ascendancy, definitely field position-wise, but the Bushrangers have certainly come on a little bit stronger over the last 5 to 10 minute spell. A couple of demons to exercise today, no doubt, for the Bushrangers. As we mentioned in the pre-game, they have lost their last 4 games against the Rams, and definitely a bit of a psychological advantage for the Rams, given that grand final victory. A heartbreak for the Bushrangers. We see them work their way out of their 20 now. Slow play the ball with Neal over the top. Comes down this right side to Martin. It's a good run from Martin. Now Withers out of dummy half. Goes to Steve Ferry. Just takes it into the line. Well, he's got a penalty here. This one for a high tackle. Josh Mitchell arguing the point that a previous incident by the looks of things, but referee not having much of it. So Lincoln Withers will kick for touch here. And the Rams will start their set in primetime territory, about 30 metres out from the Bushrangers goal line. Tapped by Michael Geiger. He's got tries in him as well Martin out of dummy half, goes to Withers. He calls his players inside. Jeffrey Morgan answers that call. It takes it just short of the 10-metre line. Real opportunity for the Rams to get themselves back into this one early on. Pasantis comes to the left. Onto Robertson. Hits a short ball onto Ellis. He couldn't hold on to it, though. The pass was slightly behind him. Might have just mistimed his run. It's a good legs tackle in the end from the Bushrangers as well, but it's another error to the Woden Valley Rams. And again, it's early in the tackle count as well. So they've had a couple of shots at the Bushrangers line. On early tackle counts, the ball was found the ground. Down this blind side there now through Narima Lowe. He goes straight through Narima Lowe. Can he beat the second? He is. He's in open space. He's got Callum Masson on his outside. He might not need him. Narima Lowe. He's going to go all the way from the scrum. Oh, what a try that is from Narima Lowe. The Bushrangers from the scrum. It'll be 8-0 with the kick to come to the Bushrangers. What a bit of individual brilliance that was from Narima Lowe. "16 minutes gone in this first half. We've already seen some spectacular solo efforts from the Tuggeranong Bushrangers. He's been very good early on, Narima Lowe, and on that occasion he beats 3 or 4 Woden Valley Rams players. The cover defence, you thought for a second maybe you'd be looking for Connor Masson on that right-hand side. He didn't need him. Pure strength from the big number 1. And again, might I add, not their starting number 1 from the season. A lot of players just filling in the gaps for this Bushrangers side, but they're all pulling together and well and truly deserve the top spot in the competition at the moment. Josh Mitchell from right in front. You could throw this one over. And he does so. So they extend their lead out to 10 points early on in this first half, the Tuggeranong Bushrangers. They go 10-0 up after 17 minutes here. Well, they just fell asleep on that blind side off the scrum on that occasion. I'd say that Bushies had numbers on the previous scrum opportunity that they had. As Withers gets us back underway, and this kick finding low on the full, and Brent Neal does what Brent Neal does best. Just runs it straight back into the line. He's met by Kafusi and Ferry. And Mitchell back towards the centre to Connor Masson. Again, it's Ferry down low. Pasantis and Morgan there to help him out as he takes it out of his 20. Slow play the ball. Mitchell. Looks like they're coming a little bit further wide now. Enterprising play, but it amounts to nothing in the end, with McGrath tackled well by Michael Geiger. Now Baker. Another good run from him. That looked like it was stripped out. Referee says no. He says knock on Bushrangers. And the Rams will get another opportunity. Certainly looked like the ball was played at by one of the Rams players. Just keep a little eye on the referee as well. I think from chasing the Narima Lowe try, did see him pull up a little bit lame. Slipping back to the conversion as well. Have to wait and see if we've got a replacement referee. Now from the scrum feed, they go to the left-hand side. That's Robertson. It's a good ball out to Simonson. He's taking a good legs tackle there by Michael O'Malvany. And Brophy down below. It's a slow play the ball as a result. Now that's Henderson. Again, O'Malvany over the top. Slows this play the ball down well. Pasantis onto Kafusi. Runs straight at Baker. Gets his team inside the 20-metre zone. What have the Rams got in attack? We haven't seen a lot of structure from them inside the 20 yet, so let's see what they've got. Onto Morgan. Morgan goes out the back to Withers. Withers hitting a great shot by Wes Alexander. Rushed up on Withers and limited any sort of time that he had. Now the ball comes free. The referee says penalty. There's a hand involved. Might have been a knee from Brent Neal. Unintentional, of course, but the referee left with no real choice but to give away a penalty. Yeah, Lincoln just taps and goes to Jeffrey Morgan. It's a good, strong run from Morgan too. Takes it inside the 10. Real opportunity for the Rams. Gets a quick play the ball away to Pasantis. Pasantis goes back to Robertson, who turns it inside to Kafusi. Kafusi taken by 3, just a few metres out. Gets a quick play the ball away. Pasantis not expecting it. Goes to Withers. Turns it inside to Ferry. It's a bit of a mess through the ruck. He's taken, might have been taken slightly above the horizontal. Bushy's saying potential knock on from Ferry. The referee says no. Pasantis onto Withers. Goes short to Morgan. I think he might have put the ball down, though he has. Lincoln Withers not happy with the call. And it all looked a little bit out of sync there from the Rams. The Bushrangers survived that onslaught. It's definitely a viable option, though, Jeffrey Morgan, close to the line. As we mentioned, 5 tries already for the 2019 season. Only Chevy Ellis has more in this Rams side with 7. Just struggling for a little bit of cohesion early on in this first half, the Rams. It's understandable. As we mentioned, there's a number of changes from the previous week. I guess overall for the season as well. Need to start taking some of these opportunities on offer as the Bushrangers get us back underway. Josh Mitchell out of dummy half, comes to this right-hand side to Jared Kennedy. Haven't seen too much of him yet this afternoon. Returns to the starting lineup this week. Mitchell continues down this right side to Brent Neal. He's taken over the top by 3. Just short of the 30-metre line. Back towards the centre it comes to Nanessa. Just outside the 30, but he's driven back again, and he might have lost the ball here, Ben Nanessa. He has. And I think on this occasion he did just lose the ball. It's a loose carry from the big prop forward. Came into the starting lineup today. For, I believe it was Jaden Thomas. And again, the Rams will get some prime field position. 22 minutes gone in this first half. 10-0 in favour of the Bushrangers. You see them running from right to left on your screen. No real wind to speak of here at Phillip District Oval. Beautiful winter's day here in Canberra. And from the scrum feed, it comes to this left-hand side from Withers onto Geiger. We'll see that play a few times today. Looks like Mitch Suter's on the field as well for the Rams. Just keep an eye and see if Pasantis is still on. Don't think he is. Suter. He's a crafty player out of dummy half. Finds Robertson, who loses his footing. He's easy pickings there for Josh Mitchell over the top. Suter looks for Ferry, a short. Hitting a good shot low by Brent Neal. And Esser and Mitchell there to support him. It's a slow play the ball. Suter to the left-hand side to Robertson. Turns it back on the inside to, I think that's Simonson. He's hitting a good shot as well. 3 men in the tackle on this occasion from the Bushrangers. Suter, Robertson, onto Withers. Withers goes himself into the defence. Good one-on-one tackle by Jacob McGrath. And we'll just wait and see what's happened here. I think he might have lost the ball. He has. So again, the Bushrangers defence has held up. In fact, it was last tackle. Last tackle, so we'll have a handover. So Baker gets us back underway. And Nathan Smith from the first tackle has put the ball down. It's taken there by Brad Martin. And they keep inviting them back into this contest, the Bushrangers. And the Rams are too good a side to not make you pay at some point. Suter to Kafusi. He had Ellis on his outside, chose not to use him. Just a few metres short of the goal line now. Suter goes to Withers. Withers turns it back on the inside for Jeffrey Morgan. He beats the tackle of Mitchell, gets an offload away to Suter. Now on to Chevy Ellis. Steps through the first tackle of Baker, but can't get past Josh Mitchell. Suter looks to his right, goes to Withers. Wraparound play to Withers. Well read there by Wes Alexander, though. Once again, great defence from the young 5'8". It's a slow play the ball from Withers. Geiger in a dummy half now. Goes to Jeffrey Morgan. He goes straight ahead. Might have been hit a fraction high. He's slow to his feet. Nathan Smith over the top. They come down this right side to Michael Geiger. Might have thrown it into a Bushies player. This might be play on. Now it's Brad Martin. No 6 to go call from the referee. And now we've got a penalty. Too long in the tackle from the Bushrangers, and that hurts. Coach Jared Tackle wouldn't be too pleased with that. A late tackle penalty after having defended that set so well. Suter gets us back underway through Geiger. Runs straight into the defensive line. Gee, he runs hard, this bloke. Just a few metres short. What have the Rams got? Suter looking down the blind, goes back towards the centre to Withers, who turns it into Kafusi. Kafusi for the line, just a few metres short. Gets a quick play the ball away. Suter from dummy half. Oh, that's too simple. He saw the gap on the left-hand side, and he took the opportunity. And Mitch Suter gets the Rams scoring underway. Try to Mitch Suter in the 26th minute. As 10 points to 4 in favour of the Bushrangers. We called the game here, I think it was in round 1, when the Rams played against Yass. And Mitch Suter was man of the match on that occasion. He's, as we mentioned earlier, he's a very lively dummy half. Definitely adds something different into this Rams lineup. What he does do, when he does see an opportunity to run, he takes it. He's very sharp out of dummy half. He catches the Bushrangers defence napping through the ruck on that occasion. And you probably saw that try coming. They've had a number of opportunities inside the Bushrangers 20. I think it had to come. You see Lincoln Withers line this one up. And he's just crept this one inside the left upright. So with that Withers conversion, it is 10 points to 6 in favour of the Bushrangers. There's some sustained pressure on the Bushrangers goal line. Finally comes up trumps for the Woden Valley Rams. They score their first points of the afternoon. See how the Bushrangers bounce back. So back underway. And Kafusi off the back fence. Takes it about 15 metres out from his own goal line. So a strong start to this game as they continue down this left-hand side. It's a good shot there. There's not a lot of metres on offer. Back to the centre it comes. Now this is the number 14. I think that's Dan Pryor. Another slow play. The ball as Josh Baker gets his arms tangled. Heading towards the halfway line, the Woden Valley Rams. Jeff Morgan might have been. It was. Now a second run for the number 14. And another slow play the ball for the Rams as well. Again, Josh Baker, the man involved. And now a penalty given. Again, it's a late tackle penalty conceded by the Bushrangers. And just inviting the Rams back into this game. They don't need many invitations. Lincoln Withers will start this set about 40 metres out from the opposition goal line. It'll be Geiger to tap and go. Certainly been busy early on in this game, Michael Geiger. Suter out of dummy half, turns it back inside to Brad Martin. Now inside the 20. He plays it. Suter goes himself again. Good short ball to Kafusi. Just a few metres short. Again, Suter looking dangerous out of dummy half. He's looking left. He comes to the right-hand side through Withers. Withers goes himself, Lincoln Withers. He's held up. Just a few metres short. Pryor. Out to Suter. On to Jeff Morgan. He slipped over. And Jeff Morgan for try number 6 of the season. They hold him up. Great one-on-one tackle from Narima Lowe. Suter from dummy half. Comes to the left-hand side through Robertson. Robertson puts a little grubber kick through. It doesn't have the depth. And now Connor Mason Opportunity for Connor Masson if he can get through the second line of defence. He can. Now it's a foot race. Connor Masson, he's past the halfway line. Has he got the speed? You bet he does. Connor Masson, what a try this is from the number 2. Connor Masson, a length of the field effort from in his own in goal. What a try from the Tuggeranong Bushrangers winger. Firstly, to clean up the grubber and then to beat the couple of waves of defence that came at him. Big play from the Bushies winger. That's how you turn defence into attack. Well, he won't score too many tries better than that, Connor Masson. He definitely enjoyed that one. Bit of a premature celebration 20 metres out, but did all the hard work. He deserved 4 points. Just when you thought the Rams were starting to build a little more momentum, setting up camp inside the Bushrangers 20-metre zone. Got a player down in back play as well here for, I think it's the Rams. Just keep an eye on who it is that's actually down. I think it's Braden Robertson that's down. Might have been taken late after he put the grubber kick through, or perhaps from the tackle attempt on Connor Masson. He's back on his feet. Just wait to see if he continues. It looks like he'll come from the field. Take nothing away from the effort from Connor Masson. Puts his hand up. We'll try the season contender. So 14 points to 6 with the kick to come from Josh Mitchell. Again, this one from directly in front. Here in the background, the crowd applauding Braden Robertson, who comes off as Josh Mitchell converts the Bushrangers' third try of the afternoon. And the scoreline goes out to 16 points to 6 in favour of the Bushrangers after 31 minutes here at Phillip District. Haven't we seen some tries today, particularly some of these long-range efforts. There's Alexander with some crafty footwork and backing himself. Then Narima Lowe and Connor Masson with almost length of the field efforts as this kick almost finds its way into no man's land, and they do well in the end to just smother it and keep it in the field of play. The bare essentials ticked off there from the Bushrangers if it wasn't that clean. And now Jared Kennedy puts his hand up for a run. So bring it further centre field now. Jaden Thomas might be on the field. That is Jaden Thomas. Now down this blind side, Josh Mitchell with an early kick, 40-20 shot here. Hasn't quite got the angle, but it's a good kick nonetheless. Forces the Rams back inside their 10-metre zone, and what a chase this is from the Bushrangers. That's a set of 6 you want after points. Brilliant play from the number 9 for the Bushrangers. That's how you lead by example. Now second tackle and still inside their 20-metre zone, the Rams. Suter out of dummy half, brings it further centre field. Again, still inside the 20 after 3 tackles. Suter comes to the right, Withers goes to Martin. That's a better run. Out to the 30. A good 3-man tackle. Withers, Suter, turns it inside to, that's Luke Johnson in the 16. Actually, I think he played in the number 3 last week. Withers with the kick downfield, looking to find ground. He does. Might have got an ugly bounce, but it holds up in the end goal. So it turns out well for the Rams. And Narima Lowe this time, well, he still gets through one tackle. What a start to the game he's had. Now Connor Masson out of dummy half. He goes one wide to Jaden Pollard. Out to the 20. Now Jeff Morgan might have had his arm around the neck on that occasion. Referee says it's okay. And that's O'Malvany. Used to play cricket with Michael O'Malvany. And to Josh Mitchell again from inside his 40. He might have the angle on this one. They have to scamper back. He might get the bounce. They just managed to get back into the field of play. Do the Rams. Oh, that were danger signs again now on this occasion. They try to get around Jared Kennedy. That's not happening. As he sumo wrestles him to the ground. The Bushrangers all over the Rams at the moment. Now Chevy Ellis. No ground to be gained there. Look, they drive him back another 10 metres. This is tremendous football from the Bushrangers. All the momentum with them. And now the penalty goes against them, this time for offside. They're too enthusiastic. Boy, did they need that, the Rams. Withers finds touch just beyond the halfway line. I was just saying, Michael O'Malvany used to be a very good fast bowler for the Tuggeranong Cricket Club. Pretty handy footballer as well. This is Simonson. Trying to burrow his way through. Here's Luke Johnson. No way through on this occasion. Kennedy down low, Brophy over the top. Suter. Onto the 15. That's Sean Maloney on the field now. He might have lost the ball here. In fact, they're going to say 6 to go. So it might have been a one-on-one steal from the Bushrangers. Suter onto Withers. Withers turns it inside to Brad Martin. Brad Martin almost breaks through. Oh, he looked to get the offload away to Geiger. Suter goes himself again, Mitch Suter. Now to Jeffrey Morgan. Morgan just tackled a metre short of the line. Which way do they go? Withers is to the right-hand side. They go to the left. On to Chevy Ellis. He goes short. Great tackle one-on-one. Michael Brophy. Had to be made. Now out of dummy half. Ellis goes himself. Can't get an offload away. Just a metre short as well. Suter turns it back on the inside. That's Simonson. Simonson scores for the Rams. Does he? No. Loses the ball over the line. Will come out to the 20. Great desperation defence on this occasion from the Bushrangers. Got to say, from this angle, it looked like he got the ball down, but the referee in a better position than we are. And the opportunity goes for the Rams just short of half-time. Big defensive plays there from the Bushrangers. A couple times that's set. So back underway from the 20 through Jared Kennedy. It's a slow play the ball. They continue down this right-hand side through the number 3. That's O'Malvany. Mitchell. Now back to Jaden Thomas. He's definitely been one of the best props in the competition this season, Jaden Thomas. His game's gone to another level. Definitely been one of the most consistent. Now Mitchell onto the right to Narima Lowe. Dummies almost breaks through again. Threatening every time he's touched the ball. Mitchell. Long ball infield. That's out to Latoa. First time I'm seeing Latoa. Brophy goes himself. Again, good legs tackle. Had to be made by Martin. Mitchell out of dummy half. Goes for a scamper. Puts an awkward looking kick out to the wing, but it's comfortably taken on that left edge by Henderson. Wasn't the best kick from Josh Mitchell. Continue further infield now through Simonson. Outside their own 20-metre zone now. Suter continues down the middle. There's nothing easy on offer from the Bushrangers though. You know, Withers goes himself, and again, it's a good one-on-one shot by Jacob McGrath. Lincoln hasn't had a lot of opportunity with the ball in hand as Johnson hitting a good shot by Latoa. Now down the edge, Withers with a kick. Again, a lot of pressure put on, and look, it's not a bad kick from Lincoln Withers. I think his side just needed a slight breather. Bushy's muscling up in defence once again, and that's not a bad result. Just 2 minutes to play in this first half. Been a half that's been filled with more than its fair share of entertainment, particularly try-wise. Length of the field efforts. And even some good goal line defence, some good scramble defence that saved a couple. Entertaining half of football. Not over yet. Still a minute 45 to play. What have the Bushies got? From the scrum, it goes to Latoa. Mitchell. Out to Thomas. In fact, that might have been Nathan Smith. It was. Further down this right edge, they continue. Sorry, left edge. That's a 16. That's Sione Palahame that's on the field as well. A couple of changes made by the Bushrangers. This time it is Jaden Thomas. He's worked over in the tackle. Thought for sure that had to be a penalty. Katoa, good shot over the top. Might have been stripped here one-on-one. Just wait and see what the referee says. He says knock on. I thought maybe there was a one-on-one strip from the Rams. That was recollected by Latoa. Beg your pardon. The Bushrangers bomb that last opportunity just with 30 seconds to play. We'll see if the Rams have got a trick shot in them. See Lincoln Withers feed this scrum. They go down the left-hand side. Now it comes back to the right. Now to Geiger. What's Geiger got? He steps on the inside of McGrath. Then he shrugs off Alexander. It's a great run from Michael Geiger. And Palahame makes the tackle eventually. Withers now. Continues to the left-hand side through Ellis. Ellis looking to get an offload away. He can't. Michael Brophy does enough to secure the tackle. And slow to play the ball down. That's a halftime siren there. Lincoln Withers goes himself. He gets it back to Ellis. Ellis. It's a bit of hot potato now. Now to Johnson. Continues down to Martin. Maybe an opportunity here. This is the winger Henderson. He puts a kick in. Hasn't quite gone into touch as of yet. But it'll be collected there by the Bushrangers. And that'll see us out in what has been a very entertaining first half of football. Well, with 40 minutes gone, it'll be the Bushies that play from in front. It is 16 points to 6 in favour of the Bushrangers. The first try went to Wes Alexander in the 8th minute. The second try to Narima Lowe in the 16th. That one was converted by Josh Mitchell. Then Mitch Suter scooted over from dummy half in the 26th minute, which Lincoln Withers converted to take us out to 10-6. And then we had one of the contenders for the tries of the season with Connor Masson with his length of the field effort, which was converted by Josh Mitchell in the 31st minute, which leads us to our scoreline of 16 points to 6. We'll be back with the second half in just a few moments. Well, we're ready, all pretty much set to go for this second half of football out here at Phillip District Oval. This round 13 clash between the 4th place Woden Valley Rams and the 1st place Tuggeranong Bushrangers. And based on what we've seen in the first half, I don't think the Bushrangers are going to be giving up their top spot on the ladder anytime soon. Very impressive half of football from the Bushies, and especially given they haven't had too much field position inside the opposition 20. A couple of long-range tries to Narima Lowe and Connor Masson. And some strong goal defence to keep the Rams out, barring that one scoot from Mitch Suter. As the referee gets ready to blow time back on in this second half. And it's a shortish kickoff from the Bushrangers. It's taken a little bit awkwardly from the Rams. A couple of apologies to make in regards to players and their numbers that they're wearing today for the Rams. It is Liam Simonson who's wearing the number 1 jersey. Chevy Ellis is wearing the number 3. And Sean Maloney wears the number 12 jersey for the Woden Valley Rams. So apologies for the first half. Sometimes you just got to go based on the information that's given to you. So Rams work it out of their own end. Continue down this right-hand side. They turn him on his back. There's good meters on offer. That was Michael Geiger, who's got through plenty of work already in this game. Now Lincoln Withers turns it on the inside. Looks like we'll see a little bit more of Sean Maloney in the halves this afternoon, given Braden Robertson's injury, as Lincoln Withers puts a high torpedo bomb up. It's a dangerous one to let bounce, but unfortunately for the Rams, not only do they put it down, but there's a player in front, so we'll have a penalty to the Bushrangers. And the Bushrangers will get prime attacking opportunity with their first set of 6 in this second half. Josh Mitchell will take him out to the halfway line. I think the first try scorer in this second half is going to be very important. See a flat pass from the tap restart go to Jared Kennedy. Looking for a quick play the ball. He gets one. Now Mitchell out of dummy half. Goes to Latoa. Again, another quick play the ball. Might have lost that ball. The referee put his whistle. He did put his whistle to his mouth. Looked like he was going to let it go. But maybe, again, just a little bit of over-enthusiasm from Latoa on that occasion. And they let the Rams off the hook. I don't remember the last time the Bushrangers were actually tackled inside the opposition 20. Might have been very early in that first half. Such is their potency in that back line to score anywhere on the field. Managed to stay in front. Rams with plenty of work to do in this second half. They take that 30 metres out from their own goal line. Suter at dummy half. Comes to the right to... It's Luke Johnson. It is Suter. Back to the right-hand side. Not a lot of metres coming the way of the Rams at the moment. Suter continues down that side. Withers passes it on to Bradley. And he's lost the ball. The touch judge, he looks to the touch judge for something, anything. It's not forthcoming, and the Bushrangers will get another attacking opportunity. They'll start this set inside the opposition half. A couple of errors to start off this second half. As we mentioned, there'll still be some psychological wounds for the Bushrangers, given the way the last 4 games have panned out between these two sides. They've been in front in, I think, 3 of those 4 games. Brophy off the scrum feed. Almost beats one. Can't get through. The Bushrangers have held leads in, I think, 3 of those 4 games and looked for all money to go on with it. The Rams have run them down on each occasion. This is Narima Lowe. Mitchell comes to the left, onto Jaden Thomas. Taking a 3-man tackle. Luke Johnson underneath, aided by Mitch Suter. Now Mitchell from dummy half. Probes left, goes to Brophy. Hits short to McGrath. Again, a good tackle down low. That time by Geiger and Martin. Mitchell, back towards the centre it comes. They go straight through. He might go all the way here. Can they hold him up? Just short of the line. Sione Palahame. The Referee says last tackle. He's slow to his feet. Which way does Mitchell go? He comes to the right. On to Brophy. The ball goes out the back, but unfortunately it's not a great pass. And we'll just wait and see. We've got a penalty here for offside. They were up on him too quickly. So the poor pass from dummy half doesn't punish the Bushrangers. They've got another opportunity at the line. And now we might have a chat here as well. We've got an injury just underneath the goalpost. We'll just check to see who it is. I think it's Sione Palahame. No thoughts of 2 points here from Josh Mitchell. Bushrangers looking to go for the kill. And Palahame will be helped off the field. We'll just see who's likely to come back on. It looks like it'll be Ben Nanessa that'll come back on for the Bushrangers. What have they got? Mitchell comes to this left-hand side, through the centre, through Jaden Thomas. Another strong run from Jaden Thomas. They might have to hold him up here over the line. Strong run from the prop forward. We've complimented him enough this afternoon, but he's come a long way as a player. Mitchell. Out to Latoa. Just a metre short of the goal line now. Real opportunity for the Bushrangers. Mitchell looks to go himself, turns it back on the inside for Brophy. Now to Jared Kennedy. Oh, that's too easy from the Bushrangers. Beautiful little set piece from the Bushrangers, and Jared Kennedy, he goes over for try number 6 of the season. The Rams not particularly happy. It looked a little messy through the ruck. It didn't look like any of the players were intentionally impeded. Referee gives it the all clear. And the Bushies go out even further in front. 20 points to 8 with a kick to come. 6 minutes gone in this second half. Nice little set piece from the Bushrangers. Lots of players in motion, just targeting that middle. And the Rams came into this game, I think they were the 4th best defensive side in the league coming into this game. And I think that record was damaged somewhat last week in that 38-16 thumping against the Kangaroos. We heard Steve Ferry talk a little bit during the week in the media around fixing the defence and the ruck and the wrestle. Definitely needs to improve in this last half hour if they're to have any chance of winning this game, as Josh Mitchell puts over the conversion. And they take this lead out to 22 points to 6. Great bit of football from the Bushrangers. Look at their for and against for the season. I think they've got one of the lesser for and against for the top 4 sides at the moment, but they just keep finding ways to win the close games. It's another awkward kickoff that's eventually picked up by Ben Nanessa. He takes this one just outside his 10-metre zone. Can the Bushies get to the end of this set of 6 without making an error? Can the Rams force an error? They drive Jaden Pollard back. Felt like we haven't called his name a lot today. I think a lot of the attention's gone to Connor Masson's side. Now Jaden Thomas, another strong run. Look at that. Another 12 to 15 metres with that run. Another strong carry from the prop forward. Now to the right-hand side it comes to Jared Kennedy. Over the halfway, just short of the halfway, beg your pardon. Now Mitchell with an early kick. Looking for ground and finds space. It's a good kick on last tackle from Josh Mitchell. He's found space a number of times already this afternoon. And it's another good kick chase from the Bushrangers. They've got all the work to do, the Rams. Need something to spark them in attack. Second tackle already, Simonson with the ball. Continue down that right-hand side through Withers onto Martin. Outside the 20. Looking for a quick play of the ball. Not forthcoming. Continue down that blind side. Good little play from Lincoln Withers, and they earn themselves some extra metres. Through Michael Geiger. Now out of dummy half they go. This is Suter once again. He's definitely looked their most deadly out of dummy half. Looks to milk a penalty. Withers will go with no marker. A little chip and chase from Lincoln Withers. There's no one at home for the Rams. Beg your pardon, for the Bushrangers. I think that ball was grounded in the in goal by Jacob McGrath. This should be a line dropout. The referee agrees. He'll send this one out beneath the goalposts. And the Rams will get another shot. It's another player down for the Bushrangers. Silver lining to it might be getting them a little breather. So get ready to defend another set of 6 on their goal line. Jeff Morgan just having a little word to the referee. It's Nathan Smith that's with the trainer at the moment. Definitely seems to be Mitch Suter that's sparking this this Woden Valley Rams attack. Just needs his forwards to give him a little bit more momentum. Quicker play the ball so he can have an opportunity to run. See Nathan Smith just getting back into the defensive line. Both teams with a bit of a casualty ward already this afternoon. As Josh Mitchell gets us restarted from under the post. It's a short kick, shortish dropout. Wasn't a bad option. I don't think the Rams were expecting it, and I think it's Jaden Pollard that almost managed to get there first. Doesn't come off for the Bushrangers on this occasion. So the Rams start off their set in good field position inside the Bushrangers 30. And that's the number 15 for them. I'm just trying to work out who that is. Might be Dan Pryor. Now the ball goes to ground and recollected by the Bushrangers. So it's an opportunity lost for the Rams. It's not the first time we've seen an opportunity gone on an early tackle count. It's been scrappy from the Rams when they've had attacking opportunities. I did mention earlier that Liam Simonson is their 5th fullback for this season. There's still 5 weeks to go, and they're still looking for their best fit at number 1. No doubt a better side when Dane Spencer is in that number 1 jersey. But just not clicking into gear for them as of yet this afternoon. Still plenty of time to go in this game. 29 minutes to be exact. Just wait for this scrum to go down. I've seen the Rams push on occasion. They go to push again. You do like to see it. You do like to see a good push from the scrum. Might only come off 1 out of every 20 times, but you never know how important that 1 out of 20 could be. This is Nanessa carrying the ball out of his own danger zone. Mitchell in a dummy half. He waits. It's a poor play the ball, and we'll have another error here. That's criminal. Hasn't been on the field too long in this second half, Ben Nanessa. And it's an unforced error, and not his first for the afternoon. We mentioned in the first half they gave a lot of opportunity to this Rams outfit inside the 20. They're the reigning premiers for a reason. If you keep giving them opportunities, they will make you pay. What have the Rams got in attack? They definitely need to be the next to score. From the scrum, Suter comes to the left-hand side. They turn it back on the inside for the number 5. That's Liam Murphy. Held in the tackle. They can't put him to ground. Suter onto Jeffrey Morgan. He's played big minutes this afternoon. Takes it just short of the 10. He's lost the ball as well. This time it is just a handling error. Now Jared Kennedy with a counter-attack. Takes it out of the 20. And again, it's off an early tackle for the Rams. Off the hook now, Jaden Thomas. Another 10-metre run. Well, they're not making the Bushrangers pay for any of this possession. Now down the left-hand side, good one-on-one tackle. That's Lincoln Withers on Jacob McGrath. I think McGrath's got him a couple times today. That one might be a bit of payback. Jaden Thomas. Again, takes 4 men to bring him down. Inside the opposition territory, just short of. Mitchell in a dummy half. To the right-hand side it comes, to Baker. Baker runs across field. Now finds its way to O'Malveny. So the quiet start to the second half, Michael O'Malveny looks to get a quick play the ball away. Kennedy from dummy half. Goes to Michael Brophy. He puts this one high. Doesn't quite connect with this ball, but it's an awkward one to take. And in the end, it's batted backwards by Henderson. But again, it's the kick chase. The kick chase from the Bushrangers this afternoon has been fantastic. And once again, the Rams having to start their set from deep inside their own half. Having to do all the work inside their own 20. That's 3 tackles gone already. It was Nathan Smith over the top with a tackle. Now Brad Martin. He's done well to get them out of trouble during this game. Doesn't get a lot of metres on this occasion. Now a quick play the ball, and thought they might have run given the markers weren't quite up to speed. I think that might be last tackle already. It is. Barely outside their 30. They go down the blind side to Lincoln Withers, who puts the kick in. Looking for a 40-20. It's not a bad one. They let it bounce. This is dangerous from the Bushrangers, and luckily for them, it's a fortunate bounce. We'll just see where the touch judge puts his flag up. And again, it's a duplicate lines that are throwing me a little. I apologise. That kick going into touch just outside, just on the 30-metre line. But again, defence setting the tone for this game for the Bushrangers. Off the back of a great kick chase. The Rams really struggling to make any sort of inroads in this Bushrangers defence. Can the Bushies kill this game? They start their set inside their own 30. Now Jared Kennedy. Good shot down low. Looks to get an offload away. He can't. Just short of halfway now. Slow play the ball. Back down the centre it goes through Josh Baker. An impressive recruit he's been for them this season. Continue down the middle now through Jaden Thomas. Picks up another 10, 15 metres. And we're in attacking field position once again. Mitchell now onto Nanessa. Can't beat the tackle of Luke Johnson. Mitchell continues down that blind side through Wes Alexander. He puts a grubber kick through that takes a couple of deflections. It's taken there well by Steve Anderson. Might have been taken high though. The referee agrees. A little bit of argy-bargy, but amounting to nothing. I think penalty sufficient on this occasion. Just a little bit careless. The Rams need any sort of leg up they can get field position wise at the moment. Certainly struggling to make ground. Start this set in better field position. Let's see what sort of ground they can make. And now we see another penalty. This time it's Jacob McGrath penalised for hanging around in the ruck for too long. I think it was Josh Mitchell that wanted to have a word with the referee. The referee says get on with it. Been a stunted second half, given the errors and the penalties that we've had. And now we see another ball go down. The referee says, knock on first tackle. Will somebody call the Liberal Party because we've had another spill? How many times are we going to see errors on early tackle counts? Prime field position for the Rams, and again on first tackle. Got to start completing these sets. We're not taking statistics up here today, but definitely say that their completion rate in the second half is well below 50%. As O'Malveny from the scrum gets through a couple, gets him up to halfway, fights to his feet. Trying to get a quick play the ball away. Mitchell at a dummy half now. Comes to the right through Jaden Thomas. And again, he takes this ball up inside the 40-metre zone. There's 23 minutes to go. 22 points to 6 in favour of the Bushrangers. Mitchell out of dummy half. Goes to Brophy. It's a good ball. Out to Wes Alexander. Gets on the outside. Gets a good ball away out to Jaden Pollard. He cuts back on the inside. Beats one. Can't beat a second. Good play from the Bushrangers. And now his foot seems to be stuck on the jersey of one of the Rams players. What is stretched in ways that the human body probably shouldn't stretch. A chance for the Bushrangers to get reset. Now Jacob McGrath just outside the 10-metre zone. Real opportunity now for the Bushrangers to pull well in front. Mitchell out of dummy half. Goes out the back to Brophy. Brophy runs himself. Might have had a player taken out here. We'll wait to see whether the referee calls a penalty. He doesn't. It was Jared Kennedy that I think was taken out. Now Mitchell out of dummy half. He goes down the blind side. Josh Mitchell puts a little kick through. O'Malvany and Mason chasing, but it's grounded in the in goal by Liam Murphy. So we'll come back out under the goalpost for a line dropout. Great kick from Josh Mitchell. And a great little set from the Tuggeranong Bushrangers. Woden Valley doing everything they can to hold on. They need to hold on. I think 3 tries is gettable in the last 20, but you start to think 4, it gets that much harder. It's a good dropout from Lincoln Withers. Well, it just goes just short of 40 metres. Now Ben Danessa off the kick return. Inside the 30. It's a slow play the ball with Suter over the top. Mitchell goes to Baker. Baker shrugs off Suter. Taken over the top by Kafusi and Johnson. He fights to his feet. Mitchell runs himself Brophy. Now out to Alexander. It's a good hands from Jaden Pollard. Did wonderfully well to hold on to that ball. He's a tall fella. He did well to get his hands that low. Alexander back on the inside. It was a poor play from the Bushrangers. It's knocked on in the end by Jacob McGrath, but I think the Woden Valley Rams read that play and were up on McGrath very quickly. And we see another error in the second half. Still 22 points to 6. Just the 1 try in the second half so far. It was Jared Kennedy off a lovely little set piece involving a couple of forwards and Josh Mitchell close to the line. Kennedy went over pretty much untouched. Josh Mitchell converting 3 of the 4 tries this afternoon. So referee pulls the scrum up. No pushing in the scrum from the Bushrangers. They're back underway. Much ado about nothing, these scrums these days. That's why you love to see a good push. Inside the 20 now. The Rams, and they get another penalty. Bit of rubbish going on in the ruck, and well, Josh Mitchell just a little bit of pushing going on. Josh Baker involved as well. The referee blows his whistle a few times. Don't think it's doing much good. Just a little bit of frustration creeping into both sides. I think particularly given it's been a stunted second half with a lot of stoppages. Haven't had any sort of fluency. It was, I think it was Josh Mitchell against Jeffrey Morgan. I'll tell you who'll win that fight. But nonetheless, the penalty will go the way of the Rams. Important passage of play coming up for the Rams. Can they get past first tackle? Baby steps, I suppose. Here we go. Michael Geiger from the tap restart. Suter comes to Withers. Out the back to Morgan. Good run from Jeffrey Morgan. Leading by example is the skipper. Up to the 40-metre line now. Josh Mitchell over the top. Suter comes back to this right-hand side to Kafusi. Takes a couple to bring him down. They still haven't done it. Vanessa finishes her job along with Jaden Thomas. Now Suter back towards the centre. Morgan out the back to Maloney. Good ball to Johnson. Luke Johnson, beg your pardon. It's a slow play, the ball with Kennedy and Brophy involved. Maloney out to Suter. Turns it back on the inside for Jeffrey Morgan. How much work has he gotten through today? Skipper's taken just inside the 20, just short of the 20. Suter down the right-hand side. Withers puts a little dab over the top. Oh, what a kick it was. Oh, it needed to be taken. Oh, it was a great bit of play from the halfback. Gee, the opportunity was there for the Rams to really get themselves back into this game. Beautiful little dab over the top. It was Stephen Henderson with the drop ball. Bit of white line fever. All he had to do was catch that ball and he was over. Yeah, from the 20-metre restart, the Bushrangers go a little bit, they go wide early on. A couple of long passes. Doesn't eventuate to much, apart from being cramped on that left-hand side. Now Nanessa back through the middle. He shows them which way to go. Taking in a three-man tackle. Steve Ferry over the top, along with Mitch Suter. Now Mitchell, on to Thomas. Just over his 40-metre line. Mitchell out of dummy half. Haven't seen him run too often this afternoon, but he does pick and choose his moments. There's Baker now. Gets a quick play of the ball away. Now Brophy with an early kick in the tackle count. Again, they find ground, and look at this chase once again from the Bushrangers. Superb. Superb kick chase once again. It's just conventional football in the second half from the Bushrangers. Now Johnson. Good shot. Jaden Thomas, he forces the error. That's how you attack in defence. Brilliant hit. I dare say with just under 17 minutes to go, he's definitely a contender for our Man of the Match award this afternoon. An opportunity for the Bushrangers now to pull even further in front. 22 points to 6. The margin 16 with 16 and a half minutes to play. What have the Bushrangers got? They go down that left side. This is Alexander. Continues on. Gets the ball away to Jaden Pollard. Jaden Pollard for the corner. They call the pass forward. Well, acrobatic finish in the end from Jaden Pollard. He's not yet back to his feet. Just keep an eye on him to see how he pulls up. He's limping back into the field of play. I think Wes Alexander is down in back play as well. Didn't quite see what happened to him. He and Jaden Pollard are both struggling a little bit. Fatigue definitely starting to kick in for both of these sides. As we mentioned before, a couple of injuries throughout the game. Most notably to Braden Robertson, and I think it was Sione Palahame for the Bushrangers. So both teams playing a man down off the bench at least. So again, ultimately, it is another error. Neither side really completing at a high percentage in this second half. I think we're about to see Fred Griffiths enter the field for the first time this afternoon. This is his first game for the season in first grade for the Bushrangers. We'll see where he fits in. Looks like he'll start on that left wing for the Bushrangers. At least in defence, and he's going to get his first piece of action early on, is he? He does, he gets involved in the first tackle. So they're starting to run out of time here, the Rams. 15 minutes to go, 3 tries behind. It's Brad Martin, another good strong run from him. He's been good in this Rams side this afternoon, where his other forwards have struggled to make any ground. He's been fairly consistent in doing so. Steve Ferry takes a strong run into the line. Again, might have been unfortunate not to earn his side a penalty there. Now Withers turns it back on the inside to Michael Geiger. Plenty of hard workers in this Rams side this afternoon. I think Nathan Smith has gone down in back play. Now Martin. Smith still not back in the defensive line. Suter on last tackle. He puts the kick up. Should be taken comfortably by Masson. It is. He steps through a couple. Lincoln Withers going for the one-on-one strip on that occasion, unsuccessfully. And Masson making about 99 metres less than his last kick return. Out to the 20 now, the Bushrangers go. Out of dummy half. This is O'Malvany. Grabs across field. He almost breaks through. He does break through. Good run from Michael O'Malvany. Earns his team an extra 15 or so metres. Now Mitchell out of dummy half. This is inside the 40. Has he got the angle on this 40-20 kick? Hasn't quite got the legs on it. Needed to take a harsh turn. Now this is Simonson. And again, the kick chase is what makes the kick great, though. And they're doing all the little things right at the moment, the Bushrangers. We see the Rams now taken inside their 10. On second tackle, and Mitchell over the top. Just no easy metres. Henderson now. Just think about how critical a moment that drop ball over the line was. Suter continues down this right-hand side. Through Michael Geiger. Good legs tackle. He's slow to his feet though, Michael Geiger. In fact, he's not getting up. There's a tackle down low by Nathan Smith. And yeah, you hate to see it, particularly for Michael. He's just coming back into first grade this afternoon. He's had a very strong game on his return as well. Plenty of carries. He's definitely been one of the more dangerous players on that right edge. We've just had an injury update on Jaden Pollard. He's a suspected torn hamstring. That might see him out for several weeks for the Bushrangers. It's disappointing for Jaden. He's been one of their better performers over the last month or so. We've got some results out of the other games being played this afternoon. The Sharks, comprehensive 38-0 victory over the Yass Magpies. That's their 4th win of the season. Good to see the Sharkies back in form. Just wait to see what happens with Michael Geiger here if he does continue. The Bushrangers, of course, down to 2 on their bench. With 13 and a half to play here. The margin still 16. Now, good ball at the line it was, I think, from Jeffrey Morgan. On to Kafusi. Now an early kick here from Suter. Looking at a 40-20 shot, but the backs for the Bushrangers are privy to it. Now Narima Lowe. He breaks through a couple tackles, almost gets through a second. He's another one I don't feel like we've called a lot in this second half. I think that's been due to the stop-start nature of it. Now that's Griffiths with his first touch of the ball. Out of dummy half, they continue down the middle through Nanessa. Hold on to the ball, Benny. That's what the coach will be saying. He does that. Now back to the middle, it comes through Jaden Thomas. Once again, over the advantage line he goes. Into the 40-metre zone now. Opportunity for the Bushrangers to really kill the game. Mitchell to the right side, it goes to Baker. Now on to Kennedy. Kennedy tries to get past Maloney. He can't. Over the top by Ferry in support. Mitchell down the blind side now. He puts a little grubber kick through that takes a couple deflections. Now it's on to Baker. On to Brophy. He's looking for a 6-to-go call. It's not coming, so he kicks high. It falls into, well, it's well taken there. No, it's stripped. It's taken. There's a chance here for Michael Brophy. Michael Brophy scores his first for the season, and what a time to score it. Bit of argy-bargy in the background, but it won't matter. The Tuggeranong Bushrangers extend their lead out to 26 points to 6. And Michael Brophy scores his first of the afternoon. Bit of ad-lib football from the Bushrangers. And it was a great take. I think it might have been Josh Baker who might have stripped the ball. Might be one for the replay from there. Good support play from Michael Brophy. A couple of deflections from the Josh Mitchell kick. But it's a telling blow in this grand final rematch. I think Bushies fans can start to get a little bit excited about their side, particularly for this season. This is one of those hoodoos that has definitely haunted some of their fans and staff and certainly the players. This win will go a long way to exercising some of those demons. Josh Mitchell now with a chance from pretty much directly in front to take them out to 22-point lead. He does so. His kicking record goes to 4 conversions from 5. And the scoreline is 28 points to 6 with 10.5 minutes to play. Well, they've got it all to do now, the Woden Valley Rams. We see a false start off the kickoff. It's a good thing Lincoln pulled up. No thoughts of a short kickoff as of yet. This kick finds its way into no man's land. It's going to go into touch. It is. Well, that's a poor error from the Bushies. Just miscommunication between, I think it's Wes Alexander and Jacob McGrath on that left side. I'm surprised we're not seeing the Rams rush to pack this scrum quicker. 4 converted tries to score in the last 10 minutes. All to do, but momentum's a funny thing in rugby league. You see Withers feed the scrum and now on to Maloney. Maloney out the back, goes to Simonson. Great legs tackle by O'Malvany. They've been very good at that this afternoon, the Bushrangers, in smothering the attack. Now I think that might be Dan Pryor. Just wait and see. Inside the 20 now. Suter. To the right it goes to Withers. Runs himself. Had Morgan on the inside. Chose not to use him. To slow play the ball. Baker over the top. Suter. Onto Morgan. Now to Maloney, who puts the ball down. And again, I think it's a second or third tackle error from the Rams, and it's just not been their day. Handling errors have cruelled their chances in this match. And unfortunately for them, they'll have to await the results of some of the other games this weekend. Definitely drop down to 5th given the Roos have a bye. But as we mentioned earlier, they do have a tough run home. Bushies, on the other hand, with this win, go 5 points clear pending some of the other results. Once again, minor premiers last season. Maybe looking at going back-to-back. So the ref just call time off and get them to play the ball back on the mark. Mitchell. To the right-hand side it comes to Nanessa. They try to wrestle him to the ground. Can't do so. Now back to the middle it goes. Through Jaden Thomas. 4 men involved in that tackle, eventually 2. Now 30 metres out. Mitchell, another early kick. This one from outside the 40. Does find ground, and Simonson with a fairly friendly bounce. Tries to step inside a couple. Might have been hit a bit high. He was. Again, a little bit of argy-bargy, but nothing eventuating. And Jeff Morgan just having a word there. Been a couple penalties for high tackle. And interesting from Lincoln with us not to take the kick for touch. 7 minutes to play here. 28 points to 6. Oh, great run there. I think it's Jeff Morgan. In a losing side, he's been very, very strong for this Rams team. Continue down the left-hand side. Maloney, great ball. Onto the, I think it's Chevy Ellis on this left edge, it is. Now 4 men in that tackle. Can they add some respect to this scoreline? Maloney, good ball, onto Kafusi. Might have Pasantis back on the field, we do. Back to the inside it goes to Ferry. Ferry, Steve Ferry goes himself, beats the first tackle. Can't beat the second of Josh Mitchell. Gets to his feet, Pasantis, short ball, Kafusi! Kafusi over the line, can he get it down? He can't. Great defence again from the Tuggeranong Bushrangers on their own goal line. He's a tough man to tackle at the best of times, Solomona Kafusi. And that was last tackle as well. Great scramble defence on their goal line. Mitchell onto Latoa. Nothing special needed from the Bushrangers now with just 6 minutes to play. Just wind this clock down. Now we've got a penalty here for offside. So they'll get out of their own danger zone pretty easily. So it looks like this will end up being a comprehensive victory to the Tuggeranong Bushrangers, and a well-deserved victory at that. We see Brophy, his kick for touch. It's a great kick for touch, just short of the halfway line. What a great performers in this Bushrangers side this afternoon. Certainly a lot of contenders for man of the match and a couple for try of the season as well. Jacob McGrath takes it further centre field. He'd be another contender for man of the match this afternoon. Done a great job in shutting down Lincoln Withers. Now Jaden Thomas. They take him across side field. Not a lot doing then. Slow play the ball as Maloney takes him over the top. Mitchell. What are the Bushrangers thinking? Nanessa. Still nothing overly extravagant. Like to see what Mitchell does here. Goes to left-hand side to Brophy. Brophy goes to Wes Alexander. He tries to shrug off one. Goes to Nathan Smith. This will be last tackle though. Again, it's a slow play the ball from Smith, and it's just a kick into touch, or he tried to find touch. Doesn't find it. Now the ball's gone down. And the referee will rule. He's going to rule a knock-on against the Rams. So not quite the, well, it's the intended result for the Bushrangers. They certainly won't complain. Attempted kick for touch from Wes Alexander, fielded by, I think it's Henderson on that wing. And ultimately the error being forced. The Bushies will get another chance to put an exclamation mark on this performance. We heard earlier in the week Michael Brophy talk about the Bushrangers having not put together an 80-minute performance this season, and I don't think that's changed this afternoon, but I think it just shows the quality they have in this side this season. Now from the scrum feed, they go to Michael Brophy. Brophy turns him on the inside to Latoa. Latoa tries to barnstorm his way through. Gets a couple leg pulls there. The referee tells him to just get up. Mitchell now. Bit of a play, well, it's a bit of a mess is what it is. It amounts to nothing. Now a one-on-one steal. The referee's not going to play advantage though, rightfully so. We play the first knock-on against Josh Mitchell. And I think both sides be reasonably happy just to hear the siren sound. 3 minutes to go, 28 points to 6. Bet your bottom dollar that this game is well and truly won for the Bushrangers, and as we mentioned, they will extend their lead at the top of the premiership table to 5 points pending other results tomorrow. Just 5 weeks to go. It's quite a luxury to have. Now from the scrum feed, what have the Rams got? Looked bereft of ideas in attack this afternoon. The Woden Valley Rams, and see another penalty. Another penalty given. Steve Ferry's headgear come off. Again, once again, it's a bit much ado about nothing. And again, the tap restart taken by Withers, and Jeffrey Morgan gets his metre gained up. Certainly racked up plenty this afternoon in a losing side. Just outside the 40-metre zone they go. Withers turns it back on the inside to Kafusi. Kafusi throws it out the back. Now Maloney, he turns it back on the inside to Dan Pryor. He almost breaks through. Taken over the top by Josh Mitchell. Bit of extra work in the tackle. Gets a quick play the ball though. Now Pasantis back down the side to Maloney. Maloney looking for an offload. He gets it away. This is Chevy Ellis. Gets an offload away. They weren't expecting it though because he was in a gap. Now Narima Lowe. Here's trouble. Gets out to his 30-metre zone. Been dangerous every time he's touched the ball, Narima Lowe. Magic cramp starting to set in. Now Fred Griffiths shrugs off a couple tackles. Makes 12 metres in the process. He's trying to fight to his feet. Limited game time for Fred Griffiths. Now O'Malvin, he steps past one. Almost up to the halfway line. Just a minute to play now in this game of football. Slow play the ball from Michael O'Malvin. Go down the left side to Jaden Thomas. It's a good one-on-one tackle from Bradley Martin. The referee says penalty though. That was a bit harsh, I thought. Maybe just past the horizontal, but thought it was a good, strong tackle. Kick for touch is another good one from Michael Brophy. However, time for one last attacking set here. Maybe a tackle or two from the Bushrangers, and the ball's gone down from the tap restart. And the ref calls a knock on, and I dare say that that will do us here at Phillip District Oval. Neither side in a hurry to pack down this scrum. So we'll go through the try scorers. The first try was scored by Wes Alexander in the 8th minute. The second try, Narima Lowe off the scrum in the 16th minute. The third try, Mitch Suter out of dummy half in the 26th minute. The fourth try, what a try it was to Connor Masson. Length of the field effort in the 31st minute. Then just after half-time, Jared Kennedy scored the first of the Bushrangers try in the 44th minute. And Michael Brophy off his own high ball scored in the 69th minute. And that led us to the eventual scoreline that we see now of 28 points to 6. Thank you for joining us this afternoon on Bar TV. On behalf of myself and all of those involved in today's production, we will see you next week. And please stay tuned for the Actu AGL Man of the Match during the week via the Canberra Region Rugby League website. Thank you and good afternoon.
Test. Yeah, it's fine. Test. Pardon me? Oh, yeah.